I wonder how ridiculous the dance animation will eventually. Do we have dance? Do we have dance yet?
So that's actually something I forgot to mention in the wider stream. Is these are still the old models. People that follow Pantheon might be familiar. They've been working on a new set of models, rigging, animation, and all this stuff that comes together, including like showing our armor and everything that we equip. That's not done yet. So we're kind of working with old tech here.
Mm.
If anyone was wondering, that's why everyone looks the same right now.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah. And right now, the armor and stuff, most of it is only showing up on human models. So it's one of the reasons I chose to
Oh,
play
I didn't
human.
mean to do that.
Ooh, watchful orc brute.
Yeah, that's orange.
Oh.
Okay. Get on your game.
Oh wow, he is not taking a lot of damage, is he?
Yeah, you're gonna be missing a lot. He's beefy. I didn't see the watchful disposition. I stepped a little too close.
So, what are the dispositions currently in their working format?
There's a lot of them.
Yeah,
There's a lot of them. Yeah. I don't think I could name them all, but
and
they just
honestly,
basically
we don't
buff
know
the
exactly
person?
what all of them do.
So dispositions basically change the behavior of NPCs. It usually doesn't affect their stats or anything. It affects how they behave. He's more watchful. He can notice people from a further distance.
Oh, sleeve.
which makes sense. That's why Des didn't see him.
Cool.
Yep.
He was further away, right?
Well, that's probably one reason.
Yeah, and so it's like each NPC has a chance of spawning with a certain set of dispositions. So not all orc brutes have that disposition, although they might when they spawn.
Right on.
Yeah, there are categorical adjustments to mobs called traits that are usually like wolves, for example. Wolves have a trait that when they're together, they get attack speed, I believe.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So there's that stuff, but dispositions are more of kind of like almost like mods in ARPGs, except for it's like really behavioral.
Speaking of ARPGs, I just got to the end game of Diablo with their damage numbers, and somebody in chat was just like, "Man, these damage numbers are so much better compared to what else Cohh is playing these days." I'm like, "What? You don't like the 5.8 million hits? Like what?"
Yeah,
like 50.
big numbers, right?
Oh yeah, I like
Loses its impact after a while.
It really does. It really does. It just kind of becomes noise.
Although on the other side of things, I remember one of your previous streams you mentioned 0.1 skill ups were a little bit like a little too granular, right? Like
I don't like that. I don't like the fact that it does point to skills. I wish everything was a whole number. You can?
Yeah, they actually added a setting.
Show skill ups.
Show fractional skill ups. You can just turn that off.
So I can do never show fractional skill ups, but the skill ups are the whole numbers then, I'm assuming.
Correct.
Cool. Okay. Well, that's great. Yeah, that's much better. I'm not a fan of the point numbers. I don't think that's the game like this. I just don't feel it's necessary.
Yeah, it can feel a little too gamified.
Exactly. Yeah. It feels a little too gamey, you know.
Since we're to this point, I see there's another group up there, so we're probably fine. But if you find yourself in a precarious position, like if the group's about to wipe, these rocks here, remember these rocks and climb them to find hopeful safety if things go south. Just throwing that out there.
Cohh's already going.
I will be up here, friends. If you need anything, just give a yell. I will swoop down and save the group. But until then,
yeah, you need to do one of those rogue jump stab things.
I know, right? Yes, I need an ability that does more damage when used from the air. That's exactly right.
There you go.
That'd be awesome.
I'm honestly kind of surprised. I feel like rogue needs a backstab. I don't have a backstab. I need a backstab.
You should
only a matter of time.
at this point.
But well, I mean, granted, in EQ we didn't get backstabbed until what 10 or something. But I don't think I have. I have a positional kick. I have blackjack kick that hits from the side, but I don't have anything that does more from the back. I need to do it from behind, is what I'm trying to say.
It might be a technique.
Rogues do it from behind, all right?
It's true. Does anyone actually have the shirt for that? Like, I've seen that in public before.
There's a stag over there if anybody wants to, if we just want trash mobs or anything while we're here.
Yeah, do you guys want to move up and see if there's a camp spot further up in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
let's try to
push up.
leapfrog a bit.
Is that guy stealth? Wait. Controls there's class restrictions. Are they on?
They're not on right
Oh,
now.
they're
no,
not
no,
on.
not
Okay.
now.
I was like, I
You
know,
can be
I
an
know
ogre
that guy.
wizard if
I
you
know that
want.
ogre isn't stealthing like me. Come on now.
Yeah, you can do anything basically.
Oh man.
So these little huts are actually like super danger. So I'm not sad to be passing them right now.
Okay.
Let the
Yeah,
other
we'd probably
group,
get whooped.
because they like to have 3 or sometimes 4 orcs just hanging out in those tents.
Well,
And I do not yet have Feign Death to be able to split pull or anything like that.
oh really? And you're what, 13 now?
I am 14. I think monks get it at like 18
This
or
way,
20.
Nathan.
This way. Yeah, if we do need to split pull, remember I do have a skill. I can do it. I have to mez and then wipe them. So
Yoga says, did the
Should
we
graphics
keep
get
moving up to the
better
top?
or am I tripping? The graphics are constantly slowly getting better, but the graphics are also very much not their final form. They're not worried about graphics and optimization right now. They're still developing the main mechanics.
right.
Yeah.
Oh.
On that note, though, like even going from like the last big stream to this one, they've done a ton of updates. You'll probably notice how much smoother the game is running. Like they did some optimizations that almost doubled my frames per second in the last like couple months. It's crazy.
Somebody just said rogues get backstab as a passive trait. That should be in my abilities though, right? Or
Some of the traits you have to buy them from the vendor. They're like little stones, I think, right?
oh yeah,
correct me
because
if I'm wrong,
those
you
are the
guys.
ones that you have to like travel around the world to get all your passives and stuff, right?
Yeah, I have 2 of them for me, and they're basically you just
Yeah, I don't know
buy
if I
them,
have
you
that one.
click them, and you're done.
Wow, there are 5 groups up here.
Yeah, this is camped up.
Party Central.
Pre-alpha is pretty popular from the looks of it.
Yeah, it's very popular. Lots of.
I'm gonna grab this boar. We didn't come up
Might
here
as
for
well, right?
nothing.
Whoa.
Yeah. If anything, just to have the boar charge.
That charge animation, yeah.
He's very passive.
Juck Jekko says, no offense to anyone, but this game looks worse than WoW did in 2004. Old school can only take you so far. Well, again, this is a pre-alpha. So if it like, they're not even trying to make it look pretty and stuff yet. Right now, they're just developing the game and getting it all in. And then they'll optimize, make it look pretty, all that kind of stuff. I mean, look at our shadows, for instance. Like, there's smudges, that's not optimized. It's, they were just talking about how the newest animations and newest stuff isn't in the game. So yeah. But again, also just to be clear, this is not going for a AAA, looks the best. This is not supposed to be a game like this is all about the gameplay, the mechanics, the world, the lore, the experience. So it's not going to be for everyone. That's just how it is. This isn't for if graphics are 100% your thing, then there are much better games for you to be playing. This is angled towards a specific audience and a specific type of gamer. So
Right.
And also just the way that video streaming and recording works, it will look better on your own monitor than it does watching it on Twitch or something like that.
Right, it always does, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody in my chat asked, is there any part of the game that's 100% complete? And I don't think there is. The closest I would say is I think they just, their networking library, so all the underlying stuff that makes it an MMO and makes us be able to play together and stay together, that kind of thing, is something they've been focused on for the last, Baz, like a year and a half, trying to get that solidified. And
Yeah.
well,
to the point where
also,
it's-
like they talked about in the production letter, a big part about making a game like this is getting the pipelines down to make the content, and they had to basically redo those in some ways. So that's been a large priority. But even from the pre-alphas, we've been seeing some stuff. But hopefully now we've kind of been seeing an endurance up until now, and hopefully this year and next year will be more of a sprint as we see them put in like more content, more stuff of that nature. And for those who don't know, this is the first time ever they're now doing monthly pre-alphas, and every pre-alpha they're putting in new things. So this game has been in development for almost 10 years. I mean, how long has it been now? It's been a long time.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it's been almost 10 years.
Yeah, 2015.
And this
was
is the
Kickstarter.
first time in the game's
2014.
history that they're now doing the pre-alphas every month. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see all this progress instead of just kind of, being
Right.
told about it. We're already seeing a lot of it, but we'll see that pick
And
up
they
as time
actually
goes on.
Yeah, they just talked about it this week on their developer update that they've been doing ad hoc tests, which are just one-off, sort of like, hey, we need to get you guys in for the night, like we want to test some stuff. So we had 2 ad hoc tests in the past week that were basically like that. So I mean, they're getting data, they're getting people in, and I think it's like you said, it's speeding up.
Yep. And for three other factors that are kind of important to mention, they not only had to deal with the loss of one of, if not the founding member of the project, but then they kind of had to, do everything involved with getting over that. Also, the team has not been the size it is now for the entire 10 years. In fact, there were years where the team was significantly smaller than it is now. And the last big thing is only recently did they get a large influx of resources. They actually had a 7-figure investor at the end of last year, I think, that they were publicly announcing. So, they're just starting to kind of pick up steam again. There were times when it was definitely a lot slower than it is now. And I'd say now is probably some of the fastest we've seen it throughout the entire 10 years. Yep. Almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, we're starting to see real progress start really pouring through for us that we can feel. Because I think a lot of the progress was things happen under the hood, stuff that you can't just notice, but are improving the game.
Yep. And for the record, yes, everything I'm saying is absolutely a bit of copium, but that's because I think, we all really like the game and want to see it come out as soon as possible. But, let's be real about the situation. It's been a long time. It's probably going to be a little bit longer, but they have some decent
going to be a
reasons.
long time.
Yeah.
But the point is, like, they're still doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's
absolutely
still doing it. Yep.
Well, and it's a matter of momentum too, right? Like that's really what it comes down to. Like if you really go back and look at where they started with like an incredibly small team and basically no funding, they kind of for a while just kind of had to do the best they could with what they had. It's a really interesting story actually. They kind of started from next to nothing and kind of clawed their way through and yeah, like Seth is saying, the fact that they have even gotten this far is pretty cool.
Also, MMOs are hard.
Yes,
they are. They've got so many moving components that need to be going on at once, and you have to think about everything at scale, and like it's not. There's a reason we don't see like a ton of indie MMOs. It's because they're really hard.
Yeah, it's honestly an insane undertaking what they've done.
And I think that feeds into the community sometimes a little bit of the negativity, because I think the community is smart enough to realize what a big job it is, right? And they just are like, it's hard to understand how they could possibly do what they're trying to do when you don't follow it closely. Like, but if you follow closely and you sort of keep track of things, you're like, okay, I see how this will get done, right? And it's just without that insight, it's a little bit hard to believe it'll ever happen.
Kind of an issue of
I kind of ran off.
Oh, dude, I'm just following you, man. So whatever we're doing.
I was gonna say, I was like, wait a minute.
We actually, great talks, but we were kind of at a loss here. I didn't realize there was going to be this many groups up here. I guess everyone is on PAA right now. It's prime time, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I wanted to propose maybe we do some serious climbing, because I assume we only have so much time left. Just to see at least a higher level area that would probably smash our face in, but there's kind of cool stuff along the way if we just want to like keep talking while we explore. And
also,
a
little bit of real talk. I don't have too much longer tonight. I have like 10 to 15 minutes, but one thing we can propose to them is the next open session, if we want to get the group back together and maybe see if they can drop us at like a dungeon that we could work through for like a couple hours.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of cool. I know that I'm sure a lot of people would want to kind of see what a dungeon experience would look like. Like literally just drop us at the beginning, the required level, and we just kind of like play through it. Like that could be kind of awesome.
Well, what's funny about that is we actually want to do some outdoor stuff, just because we feel like a lot of the group content has been stuck in a dark place for so long.
Not wrong, yeah.
We could just head on over to the Goblin Caves if we wanted to end it out that way.
Sure.
We
do
could
that.
try to just push.
I got like 20 minutes. So anything you guys want to do?
What about you want to go see the big mob? You want to see the
big mob?
Oh, has Cohh seen it?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
He has.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about Fuzz Ruckus.
That name does not mean anything to me.
I was talking about the dragon.
There's a dragon in
Ooh.
game?
Can we see the dragon? I don't know if we can.
Supposedly the wall is down and the dragon is up.
Well, we can try because we're close, aren't we?
Oh, that is such a tease.
How can we not do that now?
I think we
How
have
can we
to.
not
Sorry,
do
I
that?
think
I
we
didn't-
have to see the dragon.
I don't think Drac was supposed to say that, but now that he has, it's out there. So
Yeah.
let's.
Was I not supposed to say? Was
Is
that a
this-
rule?
Is
Nobody told me
this,
about that
when
rule.
one of the
I
devs
don't know.
grabs
There
the
are no
other
rules.
and they're like, wait, the wall's down to the dragon? What?
I'm getting
then-
tells saying Drac's right. I'm getting tells saying he's correct.
All right, lead the way.
All
Lead the
right,
way.
and now we have to.
All right, where
Sorry.
are we
He just
going?
mysteriously pops out of the group. We know what happened, right?
Yeah, I know.
He was
Drop it, don't
dev.
kill me. Drop it, don't kill me.
Oh
Lead
no, he went
on.
Link dead. That's too bad. Hey, his
Does
account
any-
got banned off pre-op. Oh no.
All right, lead on.
Who knows the way?
Who knows the way? I think I know the way, but I'm not 100%.
Out of all the people here, I've probably been banned more than everybody else put together. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
The Microhawk says this reminds me of EverQuest. Yes. Yes, the answer to that is yes.
Just yes.
It is.
Yep.
That is the
Just
correct
yes.
answer.
That is.
We all
that
have
is-
a lot
just
of.
because I'm sure this is going to come up, as we've been running around and stuff is like super packed. We've basically got like an entire, 500-ish person PA group all shoved in one zone.
Mhm.
They're actually really close to releasing the next zone, the one right next to this one.
Really?
Everybody's super looking forward to it because, I mean, obviously more content,
Yeah, man.
but just a little bit of spreading out,
That'll be nice.
It will be nice. Yeah.
And I just want to also point out how crazy it is that, however many people are on, 500, whatever the count may be, that we're technically, even though it's a seamless world, we're technically in a zone, right? So one little area and we're all playing the game.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
it's
say
running
there's no
good.
instancing, is there?
No.
No. And there's also like, when the game releases, like there won't be zones technically, but I'm sure we're all going to call them different names, etc. But
So how are they gonna do that? So like, are the dungeons and stuff aren't gonna be in like part of the main world, are they?
All right, who wants to take this one?
Okay.
right, there will
So-
be places. There will be places. Some dungeons are open world, like you just go in,
Yeah.
and others are zone in.
Okay, I was
to
yeah,
the
that
dungeon, yeah.
makes the most sense. Okay.
That's
Okay,
true.
cool.
Yeah,
yes.
it's really the overworld is.
What I'm trying to say
seamless,
is I need a place to leave my trains. That's what I'm trying to say. There needs to be
Yes,
there needs
Oh,
to be
yeah.
a zone line somewhere. Okay.
In the big
Yes,
dungeons,
great.
that's definitely a thing. They have said that leashing will be a variable thing. Like there's a lot of factors to that. So while trains are definitely going to be a feature,
A feature.
sometimes mobs might, leave you alone after a while for one reason or another.
Cool.
So, but the point is that it's not always exactly the same. So you'll have to figure that out the hard way.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm totally with you, Cohh. I'm a big. Let's stay close to the zone line till we figure it out.
Zero says they want 3 continents, and right now there's only 1 zone with 1 almost ready. It sounds like we're looking at 5+ years before release. That now, first of all, I don't know if you've noticed the area we've been traversing, but like compared to like another, like an EverQuest zone, for instance, we've probably walked through like 2 or 3 zones in just this area. So it's not, when you say that there's 1 area ready now, this area is huge. This is a large area. So like, I don't think the continents are going to be like 10 areas. You know what I mean? And on top of that, what we're in now is the quote unquote finished zone. That doesn't mean they're just not working on the other stuff. We've seen tons of concept art from those areas. We've seen like snapshots from those areas. So just because we're not, I mean, hell, some of them might even be near ready. They just don't want to just, drop them in yet because it's not cogent to the whole experience, because they want to do testing and they want to see what people do, what people do in each area and things like that. So this is like what I said the first time I played in the public test, where it's like this area we've been running through now. This feels good. Like when they can eventually make 5, 6, 10 areas like this up to this quality, like that's the game I want to play. Like that's it.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
I
so
agree, yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
they're clearly going in the right direction. And hopefully, like I was saying before, the last few years have been spent making the pipelines to do this stuff faster. So now they're up to the point in development where they're mostly focused on this stuff. So hopefully we'll see a lot. That's one of the reasons they were comfortable enough saying, okay, we're opening up monthly pre-alphas. So
Right.
that's why we're going to be
Right.
seeing more and more, like they just said, they got another zone coming soon. So,
Right.
we're going to start seeing this stuff more and more and more and more.
Speaking of
I remember
Siege,
they have.
Oh, look at
I
that.
gotta interrupt. I do not know where the dragon is.
So wait, have you just been running the whole time?
Nathan.
Okay.
think
I knew it
well,
was up here somewhere. I was
I think it's
told.
off to the other side, to the north.
I've never been up here, so
I've
Well,
never been
also,
up here either. I have no idea
just
where we are.
So-
just so no one gets booted, make sure you don't go too far into what will be Avendir's Pass over there. It will teleport you out. So just
I love
keep
that.
your
So
eyes
so
on
we've
the
been following
prize.
so we've been following this guy for like 5 minutes, and he's just like, hold on, I just want to make sure everyone knows. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just I
You need
don't.
to- You need to play with Nathan a little more frequently. This happens more often than
yeah,
you
I
think.
should never be sure we're going where we're not supposed to go.
Oh,
now.
there's trees that are off the ground. That looks
We-
like that might be the
This
end
is
of that.
this is under development here.
That's
obviously.
I
that's.
think we've reached the end.
Oh, Squish.
I don't think there's a dragon.
Squish Allen, the part that I was referring to being ready is kind of like the topography in the land itself. They still need to fill this with mobs and put in named and add in all the little flavor and stuff like that. I'm sure
mean-
there'll be more villages and things like that. Like we haven't seen a mob for 3 minutes.
Right.
They haven't.
Yeah,
They're still populating it and such. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this
Right.
this area we're in currently, we're really not supposed to go. To be honest.
Yeah,
We're
you
not
know how you were
supposed to be.
talking about doing this again next month? We'll have to check on that.
it looks gorgeous though here. I mean, come on. I mean, I like the. Look
Oh
of
yeah,
this
man.
area.
Once this gets like a I mean, dude, you put 3 or 4 orc camps in here. You put some a few
Yeah.
fun roamers and some stuff on the ground, and you basically have West Commons. Like this is the
Right.
foundation of really good stuff once it gets in there.
Exactly.
I'm
Get some
being told he's
wildlife
over
in
here,
there.
guys. Baz, follow Baz. He's
Absolutely.
going the way that
Perfect.
I
Oh,
was
it's
told
up
he
here.
might be.
All right.
Oh, gotta have your bandit camps. I'm sure there'll be lots of bandit camps.
Yeah,
Lots
there
of
are bandit
dervish-
camps
lots of
in the
dervish
zone.
cutthroats. Yeah.
And what was the guy's name? Dorn Devin.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Oh man.
Chase us through the desert of
Mhm.
row.
Hopefully not run us into an asp.
Seem to happen every time.
Mm-hmm. Your face is the foundation of really good stuff. What? Julia, I'm gonna need you to slow down, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I've definitely never been this high up in the mountains before. This is pretty cool.
If there is not some amazing item at the very top of the world, I will be significantly disappointed.
Exactly.
That's one of those things that I take as like a signature thing of really good games is that they never make you feel like there should be something here. There usually is something there. When you feel like you're going to an area that you're like, there's
Oh,
definitely
there's a hole
something
there.
here.
There's a hole there,
Yeah,
Nathan.
don't run too
Oh.
close to the edge.
Whoa,
There is
yeah,
a
I
hole
almost fell
there.
in that too.
A
Oh,
noob
God.
trap. I like it. No, I can't remember. I want to say it was. I think it was Joppa. Or no, I don't. Is Joppa the guy with the awesome Australian accent? Is that Joppa?
That's Kilson.
Kilson. I think in one of the streams I was talking to. I think Kilson was talking about how they want the whole world to feel basically like what you were just saying, where it's like every if you really take the time to look off the beaten path, like their goal is to make it so that is always something that is rewarded in some way, which is just
Right.
That is
I
a
mean,
great way to approach it.
think about the Zelda games, right? Like every time you look behind a waterfall, there's always, and they know what to do. They're not going to
Damn,
Holy moly.
let that
man.
go by. Wow,
Well, you led us
that
to quite a
view.
vista.
this is unbelievable.
Oh my
the
god! I
music
think
turns
is that
on.
Music just
music?
kicked
Is that
in.
yeah?
Music turned
Finally!
on.
We've
Oh my
unlocked
lord!
music.
Okay, everybody shut up. Listen to the music.
It's the littlest bit. there in
Really
the
though,
background.
like this whole area, there's all these little nooks and crannies and cliffs and just yeah, that's the prospect of this game is just there's so much stuff to find, so much room, I guess.
Yeah, and to your point earlier, Cohh, like having 10 or so of these areas on a continent is actually probably a pretty fair assessment based
yeah, I
on
think so.
how they've mapped out the overworld.
Damn.
So yeah, there's the world is going to be huge, and yeah, like you were saying, we have seen like previews of several of those other zones. Like just because this is the only one that's available in pre-alpha right now, doesn't mean the only one. It's the only one that's had progress made on it. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
definitely be more.
Nathan,
fun.
where's this dragon? Are you leading us astray?
Look, I'm going off of rumors here. And I did not see the dragon, so we might have been trolled. I've heard a lot of people say he's up here, but I do not see him.
Is
I was-
this one of just those Yeah, one of those fables that goes around. It's like, oh, did you hear about the
Might be.
sea monster at the bottom of the ocean?
Sure, there's a dragon.
There hasn't
never
been
know.
dragons seen in these lands in over 100 years.
You gotta believe. Come on, you guys. You gotta believe.
Are we going up here? Is that what we're doing?
Oh,
That's what we're
I
doing.
have
I
no
saw
idea.
people
I just
climbing.
climbed up to see what was up here. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I saw
this
Cohh
area
climbing.
is pretty clearly unpopulated right now. So
Developers, if you're, I know you're watching this. Baz went up first. I'm just gonna say.
blame Baz.
Or maybe if we're running short on time, maybe can you port us over to the dragon? We want to see the dragon.
Oh my god.
No, no.
No, this is
We'll
this
have
is
to
a
save
no
it.
devs stream. We
Oh no, okay.
yeah.
That's right.
Listen, I'm always
Well,
the one that wants to cheat.
I
Well-
have to head out, so I think the last thing I'm dead. Never. I was gonna say I need to jump off the other side, but it looks like
No,
I-
you're not dead.
I'm not dead.
Well, now I'm
He's only
dead.
mostly
but now
dead.
you're dead. Okay, now we're both dead. You're right. That's
Okay. Someone climb down so you don't die, so you can at least pick us up. So we
I'm
can-
coming. I'm coming.
I'm coming too.
I
Let
love
the
this
climbing
little like
champion rest
death
me.
crawl going on here.
It does drain your purple bar
Yeah,
faster
don't-
though if you
Don't
crawl.
crawl.
Oh, my purple
You
bar
will be
doesn't seem
dead.
to
Yeah.
be moving. Is that a bug?
It might be because yeah, mine wasn't
Also
moving
dead.
much either.
Oh, you were okay.
I got you. I got
Oh,
you.
there we go. Okay,
You're
great. I am currently back up, so now I can jump off this side. Okay, cool. Well, it was a pleasure, gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. There we go. And we're down.
That-
Okay, good. Now,
There
this time,
we go.
this
That's
time
the
we're
way
done.
to end it.
But anyway, thank you for the
That-
fun, guys. That was great. Yeah,
you.
definitely
That was tons of
next
fun.
play test. I would love to do like a combat stream, like work through something, even if it's Overland, a dungeon, or something. But I think that'd be really fun. But
Absolutely. I'm
See,
down.
Sounds
get
great,
the
man.
devs to give us a little instance or something in a dungeon.
Yeah. No, that was
Heck
fun,
yeah.
Cohh. Thanks
Anyway,
for
yeah.
thanks
Thanks,
for
Cohh.
joining us.
Thanks a lot, guys. That was great. Catch y'all next time.
See ya.
Later.
See you next time.
All right. Well, that was a lot of fun, guys. This game, I still have high hopes. I am firmly in the realistic camp where I understand that it's been a long time and it will probably still be a few years. And I know for a lot of people, it's easy to look at that and it's to go like, oh man, like, you know, this game's never gonna come out and stuff like that. But the thing that keeps me going with this game is the progress. If you keep looking at the progress, this game is going somewhere. And that's what I'm excited about. I know it's still going to be longer, but we're going to have lots of other things we can do in the meantime. And there's nothing else really like this game in development. So you keep focus on the progress. Hopefully those pipelines are in place. And hopefully we'll see all this stuff come together. Because like I was saying earlier, man, if they can take what they've got and just extrapolate it out to a whole bunch of interesting zones and different starting cities and worlds and quests and fun stuff in all the corners and everything like that, like it's got a solid community behind it. I mean, if they've already got, you know, what they were saying, 500 people at that crazy high tier to play right now, I think it bodes pretty well for this. I think there's a core that is excited to play this game whenever it gets here. So, hey, you know, I obviously am. I believe this as well as an investor, and I can't wait for the day when I can make my character log in for the first time into this huge world and start my adventure in there. So it's going to be fun. Thank you guys for watching. We will be following the pre-alpha tests of this game. We may jump in with those guys again, maybe do some solo. I am very excited to continue in it. And yeah, pretty fun. Durian says investor. Yes, we announced a few months ago during the last big round of investing, I invested in Pantheon. Yep, I'm an actual investor. I'm not, they did allude publicly to the fact that there's a 7-figure investor. I am not the 7-figure investor. That was a rumor going around. That is not the case. No, and I'm an investor in this game because I want to see it succeed. I obviously am not an investor in this game so I can get fat stacks of cash when this game comes out. Woo! All those subs. No, I'm an investor in this game because I want to see it come out and I want to play it. So I figured the best way to do that is to put my money where my mouth is and see what I can do to make it happen. So Durian says, so this is sponsored indirectly? Not really. I mean, I paid them, not the other way around. And to put it bluntly, it's not, I don't think I like receive a monthly check from them after the game comes out or anything. I basically just, you know, gave them a lot of money and was like, make this game, please, as fast as possible, because I want to play it. So that's kind of where we are. And that's kind of what we're doing. So yeah, I want to see this game and I want to play it. That's the best way I thought that I could help do that. That being said, I'm not a developer and I'm not contributing to the development. I am just a very enthusiastic fan that frankly wants to play the EverQuest 2 I never got. So that's what we're doing, and that's where we are. Anyway, I'm out of here for now. I will see you fine folks tomorrow morning. We're going to play probably more Wall World. I've been having a great time with that game. We'll play more Wall World tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow evening, we'll probably play some Diablo 3. And tomorrow afternoon, I think we've got some drop frames. So should be fun. Also coming up very soon, I think we're going to return to Horizon Forbidden West and get all ready for the DLC. And then we're probably going to do the Horizon Forbidden West DLC. We also have Dead Island 2 coming up and maybe checking out some other games as well. So yeah, it'll be good. Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.